Hey, what's up, everybody? We are just gonna jump right into it. No games. This video is inspired because I just seen an article on the Daily Mail that Beyoncé is apparently struggling to sell tickets in Europe. And I want to give my opinion about why I think this is, if the story is indeed true. We do know that the media does like to exaggerate sometimes, and they didn't give out like complete numbers to show any type of decline, but I want to give my opinion on Beyoncé and her Cowboy Carter tour. Now, according to the Daily Mail, Beyoncé is apparently in London right now, and they claim that there was about 539 seats that were supposed to be free, and they're alleging that some of these seats were given away to low-income people. I also read that some of the seats were slashed from like 600, 700 pounds down to like 140 pounds. Now, obviously, I'm sure that most people that are Americans are watching this video. So basically, let's just say $600, $700 just to put it in, perspective of America. Now, the pound is higher than the dollar, but, let's just keep it, to dollars just to make sense. So they're claiming that it went from $700 basically down to $140, some of the seats. Now, I want to give my opinion on Black people, Beyoncé, and why this could be happening. Now, you guys, make sure that you guys like this video, hit that notification bell, and subscribe to the channel. Now, first of all, Beyoncé is a Black female American artist. Can we all agree on that? She started out in 1998 with Destiny's Child. So all throughout her entire career, Beyoncé has made R&B music. We are now in 2025, and she started in 1998. That's when, Destiny's Child came out. So it has been 27 years that Beyoncé has been in the industry, and 25 of those were in R&B. Now, Renaissance could be classified as maybe some type of dance or disco, but it's very similar to R&B, okay? So she didn't deviate that much from who she was. Who her fans who have the money to buy the tickets, they would probably be more receptive to a disco funk album, as those are more closer to R&B music. So I understand that as an artist, you should be able to experiment and have fun with music. I think that from an artist standpoint, on paper, you would think that, man, I want to, experiment. I want to have a little bit of fun, put out a rock song, put out a country song. I don't want to always just do the same thing over and over. And as she ages, or as any artist ages, you evolve. You want to talk about different things. However, from a business standpoint, that's not really how business works. Your fans have been rocking with you mostly for 20 to 25 years. Majority of them, right? So your base is mostly Black women, and there's going to be some men in the LGBT community. Now, I'm not saying that there's not straight men who don't like her music, but her deep fans are going to be in the Black community for sure. So I'm going to say something, and I don't care if anyone gets mad, but Black people don't like country music. I'm sorry. Black people like Black music. They like R&B. They like funk. They like disco. They like hip hop. They like rap. Ever notice that BET doesn't do like the BET Country Awards or the BET Dance Awards or the BET Rock Awards? Because that's not music that most Black people like. Of course, there's always going to be someone who says, but I do like country music. But by and large, most Black Americans do not like country music as a collective. Now, Is there a country music song that some black people are gonna like, or you personally might like? Is there a country artist that you might like? I'm sure that there is, but by and large, as a black woman, I am confident that I know that black people do not like country music, not enough for not enough for Beyonce to put out a successful country album. Now, here's another thing. Like I said, her fans are black women, and so most black women are not going to love country music. Most black women love R&B. They love hip hop and rap. So most black people are listening to like Kendrick Lamar, Drake, SZA, the people that are on the charts, right? So although I understand that as an artist, you should be able to experiment with music, and I'm not saying that her songs are bad. I heard the country album when it came out. I like Beyonce. She's a great singer, great performer. We already know this already, that Beyonce's a legend. She's going to go down in history and all this. We already know all that stuff. And again, she has the right to experiment with her career. But as you experiment with your career, I believe that these seats not selling indicate one of like 3 or 4 things. Number one, Daily Mail claims that there was an expert that says that your demand is decreased. I disagree. There is no way that any legend's demand decreased. Madonna, Janet Jackson, Mariah Carey, any certifiable legend, you've already built your base for like 20 years. These people that really love Beyonce are never gonna stop loving Beyonce. You don't stop loving an artist because of one album you didn't like their songs. Now me, I'm not a diehard Beyonce fan, but I do really like Beyonce. She's beautiful. She's a great singer, performer, all of that. But I just personally don't like country music. And also, I did hear the album. There wasn't even any hits on there. Whether I like country or not, I still sometimes do like a country song. Like when I was growing up, I never really liked country music, but for some reason, I always loved Shania Twain. Like that album, I believe it's called Come On Over. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But that album that has like, Man, I Feel Like a Woman, You're Still the One. Like she has like 2 albums that are like great, phenomenal albums. However, for some reason, I just really liked Shania Twain. I don't really like other country artists that much. Here and there I can admit, like, Carrie Underwood's a great artist. She's put out some good songs. But, I'm just saying personally, I'm not saying country music is bad, just so people don't think I'm saying it's bad. It's not bad. It just doesn't appeal to me. I prefer black music. I'll be real. Hip hop, R&B, neo soul, funk, disco. I need music with a beat. Now, as far as the Cowboy Carter album goes, I think that the songs were fine, but it just doesn't appeal to me. Does that make sense? And I'm sure that if most people that are Beyonce, most people that are not stans would admit that it wasn't really appealing to them. They might have bought or listened to the album because they're a Beyonce fan, but once they heard it, they probably were just like, not that it's bad, but it just doesn't appeal to us. So I just feel like a Beyonce fan probably doesn't really like country music. However, of course, because people love Beyonce, we're going to buy into the theme. They're going to get the cowboy hats, dress up in cowboy outfits, and go to your concert. But I just don't feel like, I haven't heard anybody like, have you heard that new Beyonce? Or, I love this new Beyonce song. No, they don't. I'm being real. Like, let's keep it real. This is one thing I don't like when we can't tell the truth about artists. Like I said, I'm not saying nothing bad about Beyonce, her singing, her look, her dancing, the concept. I've seen clips from the tour. It looks great. But your base does not like country music. The people that went to your show are your diehards that still love you no matter what. However, let's address this seats not filling in Europe. Okay. The real reason why I believe that Beyonce's ticket sales, why her shows did not sell out, is because, now, I didn't look this up, but if there's a possibility, like, we have to compare her Renaissance tour to the Cowboy Carter tour. How many dates were in London last time and how many dates were in London this time? Just for example, what I'm getting at is, let's say she had 4 dates in London and they all sold out in minutes 2 years ago. But if you book like 6 dates, let's just say, for example, now, and they didn't sell out all the way, this tells me that you overvalued yourself. You overbooked the dates because you thought that you could fill, obviously you thought you could fill the stadium. Also, let's be real, after I'm sure she follows that Taylor Swift is selling out all these, all over the world, the eras, and obviously who doesn't want to be on that level? But Taylor Swift has stuck with her base. She doesn't go all over the place with the music, and because your album didn't sell well and none of the singles did very well, I think one of them did well, the very first one she put out. But after that, there was no interest. So you have no number one album, no hit single, nothing. So you're touring on a dead album. Let's be honest. There's no hits from it. Everyone, that first song she put out, I think it was all right. But see, even I forgot the song because it wasn't a global hit. It wasn't. If it was a global hit, I would remember. Like, Beyonce has definitely changed throughout the years. She doesn't care about getting number one songs. That's what she even said herself. She wants to sell albums. But that's not what people want. People want to hear songs that are catchy. People will probably complain. You can never believe what people say. People will say that I want quality music. I don't want catchy music, but that's not what they really want. People want songs that have catchy hooks where you have them programmed and they recite the same 4 words over and over and over and over and over. Now, another thing is, although Black people, in my opinion, do not like country music, maybe had she made a bona fide hit country music song, they would have liked it and you would have filled the stadium. So we have this new artist, the 803 Fresh guy, with that song, The Boots on the Ground. Now, I don't know how that is considered, if it's considered country or what. It's kind of like a country soulful song. He's from South Carolina, but you see how that's a hit? It's very catchy, to the point. So I just think that overall, I think the Daily Mail is wrong. Beyonce's demand has not decreased. She probably just booked too many dates for an album that didn't sell well, trying to keep up with Taylor Swift, where Taylor Swift songs are actually charting and yours are not. Another thing that's hurting Beyonce is because she doesn't want to make music videos. Since Lemonade, she doesn't put out music videos anymore. So that's something that the fans love. Fans love music videos, and she doesn't want to give them to us anymore. So, although the music, I'm sure she took her time, and the work is fine. I've stated over and over. Just your base don't want to hear that. They want to see you pop, lock, and drop that shit. You know what I mean? Put out some good hip hop, R&B, get back to your roots, but make sure that your new songs are popping. Just get back to the Beyonce that we love. I miss the single ladies Beyonce. I'm sorry. I don't care what nobody says. I miss, I'm not saying that has to be that song, but I just like R&B. I don't want to hear no country from Beyonce. If I want to hear country music, which I never want to, it's going to be like Shania Twain or something. I'm sorry. I hope that this next album she makes, because they're saying that this is, Cowboy Carter and Renaissance were part of a trilogy. Unless this is going to be like a dance music or something, you better not do no, like the next sound for the next album better be very similar to R&B. It better be some form of black music. And another thing I wanted to state before I leave this video, people were saying that she raised the prices of the tickets. Now, that is probably another reason why the ticket sales are not doing as good. If you keep, all these companies, and Beyonce's a company, they think that they can just keep raising the price, tariffs or inflation. That's not how it works. You don't even have a hit song. So like if you have no hits, you got to be at the same prices that you were in 2023. You can't just keep raising it. Like, you are a great artist, but I'm not paying $1,000 to see a concert of any artist that I do not actually like the songs that are going to be performed. I do not care how much I liked you before. I'm not paying $1,000 for that. I might pay $200 or $300 for Beyonce to hear songs I don't really like, just so I could say I was there. You're still a great singer and performer. But $1,000 and I don't even like your music? Hell no. So like I said, as a recap, her base is black women. Black women do not like country music. I don't care how many black women in the comments say, but I do, or I know somebody. No, you don't. Black people as a whole like music with a beat. They do not like country music. Black people so also you introduced yourself as R&B, and you've been R&B for like 23 years, 24 years. Like, you were R&B for so long, you can't just switch it up and go to country, and then like the country songs aren't really hitting like that. It's not like they were actually good songs. The songs were fine, but they weren't like hits. So nobody cared. It's an album nobody cares about. It's just the honest truth. So no hit songs. Your base is black. They like black music, and your prices of your shows are just too damn high. So Beyonce, hopefully she'll get the reality check that you need to come down your prices a little bit, shave them off 20-30%, return back to black music. And if you are going to venture into another genre, it's got to be a bona fide hit. That's it. So you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much. And make sure that you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know, am I wrong? Do black people love country music? I'm sorry. I don't care what nobody says. They don't. Because if they did, I've been black for a few decades, and I know that I don't like it. I don't hear nobody in my family playing it. I never had any black friends playing it. When you're at a club with black people, they're not playing it. So that would prove that black people just don't like country music. White people like country music. So you got to appeal to white people, I guess, if you want them to buy your songs. But anyways, she built a career 20-something years off of R&B, and it's too little too late. But the concept of the tour was good. She looks beautiful. She can sing. She can dance. Her daughter's killing it on tour. But sorry, it's a wrap. Next time you go on tour, you need to just book the demand that you actually are. Do not overbook, so that you don't end up in the press where they're talking about, is Beyonce on the decline? You don't want to end up like J-Lo. So again, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one.